I used to wish, sweet, I won't grow up, melodies could fall from Neverland's heaven forever. I prayed they would fall onto my Sailor Moon lap and whisk me away from for richer battlegrounds. Out of town, like way, way, way out of town. Somewhere around second to the right and straight on to the morning. And there she'd be, a young, womanless woman speaking innocent truths for the people, by the people, of the people. Especially the lost girls no one talks about. The ones who dream of freedom in all the forgotten hoods and limitless project books. You can find her cheerfully playing daily with the curiously courageous Peter Pan wipeout boys who, like her, were told they would be no good. And she too will be throwing objects trying to distract the alligators and the Captain Hooks, who definitely took her bravery for granted and disadvantaged her with more irrational rules worse than society in reality. Admittedly, unlike the lost boys able to just be boys, young girls aren't allowed to just be young girls. We grow up way too fast, prepped by age 13 to be the sagging ladies, birthing babies, cradling boy-man-driven worlds on our shoulders. And the older she gets, the more misogynistic voters she tries to hit and miss, with good luck shining only on the bright side. I guess that's why, as a child, adulthood looked like dim lights, crushed dreams, frustrating, no explanation, responsibility, exploitation. It smelled and tasted like your least favorite meal in repeated rotation. And for me, that was baked chicken and lima beans. Back then, I couldn't stand those things. Adulthood also sounded like war after war after war, like too many to count casualties, like casualties and powerlessness, like being unable, like powerlessness and working a dead-end job, unable to barely make ends meet. It sounded like prayers for a superhero, any of them, to please come and rescue me and beat this soulless game of matured life. So that's right, if given a choice, younger me would say, Ms. Latrice, she should be learning a new trick or a new trade. Red caped, defying all limits for her race and her age, and she should be brave and strong and accepted, or at least respected and not teased for her differences. And she should know how important her people-connected gift is, and she should be cruising in wonderland harmony with her surroundings, hopefully saying goodbye to all the snappy, crappy, Krabby Patty peaks and valleys, driven by the toxic lover, boy, girl, woe-man struggles destined to make their way into her journey. It's funny, because I could have sworn that you would find me drumming and playing keys on Always Happy Street, first to the right and straight up till morning, because pills and adult stress, they wouldn't exist in my ageless kitty land. The truth is, I didn't want to grow up, because grown-ups play less and cry more. And to me, what good was my thunder rolling if no one could hear my cry? I didn't know it at the time, but being young and dumb, oh, it only sounded perfectly adventurous on the surface. The travels, daydreams, and storybook escapes, yeah, that all sounded great. But what would I do and what would I say if I knew that never growing up meant that I would also be limited to just as much, if not more, threats and involuntary deaths? My childhood isn't as cheery as I remember. It's actually quite terrible when I think about it. Gender roles and expectations boxed in a young, muscular, hairy-bodied girl like me who wanted to do nothing more than climb monkey bars without being called a monkey or a man bitch. Childhood only accepts the young, wild, and free black girls like me for so long, and then we're youthfully banned just like the soon-to-be forgotten, inappropriately labeled rotten teenage black boys, and there's no toys or confectionery able to change this fact. I don't think my parents or the teachers were able to explain that to my underdeveloped brain back then. Yet, if you were to ask me when I was younger what I wanted to be when I grew up, I probably would have said, I just want to be happy. I wanted to be forever young, a beating heart, alive in nostalgic fairy tales and mermaid art. Not Tinkerbell old, but Wendy wise enough to say that I lived, and I smiled, and I swam, and I flew further than I could ever imagine. I didn't want to accept what society said a gifted and talented young black woman like me should be doing. So no, I'm no longer afraid or against growing up, because I discovered that I could inspire everyone to be free just by filling up my cup of faith and trust and childhood pixie-dusted cinematic dreams. So no matter how many crooked cops, gunshots, patriarchal assault maneuvers try to pit stop me into believing that anything is possible, I know that deep down I am one of Erykah Badu's intellectual chosen ones, responsible for my own happiness. And every day that I wake, I promise to live, so that the younger me truly only dies when the air in my lungs go beyond sky high and take me out of this stranger danger world for good.